یا مقلب القلوب والابصار
O transformer of hearts and
یا
visions,
مدبر اللیل والنهار
O planner of night and day,
ای دگرگون کننده
O transformer of our
دلها
being,
دیدها ای سامان دهنده به روز و شب یا محول الحول والاحوال ای
transform
گرداننده
our being
سالها
to
و
the very
دلها و
best.
حالها حول حالنا الی احسن الحال حال ما را به بهترین حالها تبدیل فرما. تبریک عرض می
I
کنم
congratulate
عید سعید
all
نوروز
Iranians in
و
our
آغاز
vast
سال
and
نو
beloved
را
country on Nowruz
که
and the
آغاز
beginning of the
بهار
new year, which is the first day of spring and the rebirth
به
of
همه
nature.
هممیهنان عزیز
I also congratulate all Iranians living in other parts of the world
عزیز ما زندگی میکنند و همچنین به همه ایرانیانی که در هر نقطه‌ای از جهان که هستند
and
چشم
have
امید و
who
انتظار
have
و
great
کشور
hopes
عزیزشون
for this country.
بودند. به خصوص
I would especially like to
جوانان و
congratulate the youth
مردان و زنان
men and women
از جان گذشته‌ای
who have made great
که
sacrifices
برای هدفهای عالی
for the
انقلاب
ultimate goals of the
کشور
revolution and the country.
فداکاری‌های بزرگی
Those who
رو
have given
انجام
theirs
دادند.
and their young ones
از جان خود
lives to the
مایه
revolution and the prosperity
جوانان خود را تقدیم
of our
انقلاب
country.
و سربلندی کشور کردند. به خانواده‌های
The
عزیز
honorable
شهیدان،
families of the martyrs,
به جانبازان و
the war's
خانواده‌های
disabled veterans and their
فداکار
families,
آنها و به همه
and all those
ایثارگران
who work for the prosperity
کسانی که برای سربلندی کشور تلاش
of
می‌کنند
Iran.
و کار انجام می‌دهند و درود و سلام
And I would like to pay tribute to our great Imam Khamenei,
که سلسله جنبان
the founder of this
عظیم
massive movement of people,
و مایه
the one
پیشرفت
who
و
started
اطلاع
the development
کشور
of the
بزرگ
great
اسلامی
Islamic
ایران.
Republic of Iran.
عید نوروز
Nowruz
آغاز
is the beginning
رویش است.
of growth.
این رویش
This growth,
همچنانی که در طبیعت محسوس است
as felt in the nature,
میتواند در دلهای ما
can take shape
جانهای
in
ما
our hearts and
و
minds
حرکت رو به پیشرفت ما نیز
and in our
خود را
progression.
مجسم و نمایان کنه. نگاهی بیندازیم به سال 88.
Let's take a look at the year 1388
اکنون به پایان اون سال رسیده ایم.
that has just
سال
ended.
88
If you want to describe the year in one
بنا باشد که
sentence,
در یک جمله تعریف بشود به نظر من
I
عبارت
think
است
it would be
از
the
سال
year
ملت
of the
ایران،
Iranian nation,
سال عظمت و پیروزی این ملت
the
بزرگ،
year of victory for this great nation,
سال حضور تاریخی
the year of historic and
اثرگذار
effective
این
participation
در
of this
عرصه‌هایی که
nation
سرنوشت
in
انقلاب
spheres linked to
بزرگی
the destiny of our great revolution and great country.
منتهی می‌شد. در سال 88
In the early months of
در
the year
آغاز سال
1388,
مردم با
people
حضور بی‌سابقه خود
with their massive
انتخاباتی
participation,
رو ساماندهی کردند
created an election
که در تاریخ انقلاب ما
which was unprecedented in the history of our revolution and in Iran's long history,
و یک نقطه برجسته و اوج به حساب می آمد.
an outstanding zenith for our history.
در طول این ماه‌های بعد از انتخابات هم
During the months that followed the
مردم در
elections,
امتحانی بزرگ
again the public in a great test and in a prominent and historic movement showed their participation, determination, perseverance, national resolve,
و بصیرت
and
خود
wisdom.
نشان دادند.
As a brief interpretation of the events in the months that followed the elections, I can say the enemies of the country and the enemies of the Islamic Republic focused all their efforts and prowess on defeating this revolution from within itself. Our nation stood against this wretched and vicious plot, and with outstanding wisdom, perseverance, and resolve, brought the enemy to its knees. What happened during the 8 months after the election until the 22nd of Bahman has been filled with lessons and foreboding, and has actually been a source of honor for the Iranian nation. In the year 1388, the nation behaved with brilliance, and the officials also made great concerted efforts. Such efforts were considerable and deserve admiration. It is a duty of all impartial observers to appreciate such efforts and the work accomplished for the sake of the country's prosperity and development in different spheres. The officials have made great achievements in the scientific industrial arenas, in social affairs, foreign policy. May God reward them and grant them the opportunity to make good their further achievements. What my observation of the current status of the country and the huge capacity of this great nation and country tells me is that what we have done, what the officials and people have done, still falls short of the huge potential the country possesses for development. We are obliged to struggle more and make more efforts, much more than before. This part of the prayer we recite in the beginning of the year is interesting when it says, transform our being to the very best. It doesn't say make us feel better or bring us better day. It calls for the best feeling, best days, and the best situation. This is the aspiration of a Muslim. He wants to reach the best in all spheres. This year, we need to redouble our efforts to achieve what this prayer has taught us in accordance with the country's necessities and capacities. I've named this year as further diligence and further work, hoping that all officials, along with people with higher aspiration and concerted efforts, can take giant steps and move closer toward our high goals in different civilian and social fields, in economy, in culture, in politics.
بپیمایند و به هدفهای بزرگ خود انشاءالله نزدیکتر بشوند. ما به این همت مضاعف
We
نیازمندیم.
need this redoubled diligence. Our country needs this redoubled work.
باید به
We
خدای
need to
متعال
trust
توکل
God,
از
seek
خدای
God's
متعال
help.
استمداد کنیم و
We should be
بدانیم که
aware
زمینه
the
برای
ground
زیاد
is
است.
prepared for a lot
دشمنان
of work.
دشمن
Our
علم و
enemies
ایمان
target
جامعه
our nation's knowledge and
علم و
devotion.
ایمان رو در
We
میان
should
خودمون
strengthen our knowledge
به
and
صورت
devotion.
مضاعف باید تقویت بکنیم. انشاءالله
With God's help,
راهها
the
هموار
path
خواهد
will
شد.
be paved,
موانع
barriers
کوچک
will
خواهد
be
شد. و
removed,
کمک الهی
and God's
قدرت الهی
benevolence and glory
ملت
will
ما
assist
کشور
our
ما
nation
مسئولین ما
and
را
our officials.
همراه و زیر سایه خود خواهد داشت. و السلام علیکم و رحمت الله و برکاته.